is now powering tech stocks to new highs. And one city in Kentucky is using that very technology to power its policymaking. It's Bowling Green, Kentucky, and it used an AI bot to conduct in-depth interviews with its residents. How would they run the city? What's their priorities? What, et cetera, et cetera. And then it compiled the results, and it showed that 80% support for about half of the ideas, including things like more healthcare, preserving historic buildings, prioritizing education, and more. Doug Gorman is a judge executive of Warren County, Kentucky, and he's with me now. Sir, what an interesting idea. Whose was it, and how difficult was it to persuade everybody to go along with it?
Well, thank you for having me. It was actually my idea, and it started from we have rapid growth. We're the fastest growing city and county in Kentucky, about 140,000 people roughly in our city and county right now, projected to be at 240,000 by 2050. So when I'm an elected position, when I got in office, the first thing that we ran up against was the pressures involved with that much growth and what to do with it. And so we created this project to kind of get together, but to might as well find out what the community wants to have as well.
The difficulty with all of this is getting over the split. The country is split, the states are split, everybody's split. Now, even if in your district or your area there is a lean one way or the other side can always object. How did you make sure both sides, and I'm not going to give party names, let's just say Liberal and Conservative, went along with this and agreed it?
Well, great question. There's a kind of a divide all around the world maybe right now, or at least we think there is. But what happens is it's an interesting concept. We wanted to find out what the community thought, and so we asked them to, if we were going to have this much growth, what would you like to see our community be in 2050? And so people put their answers in there. Hey, we would like to have better healthcare. We'd like to have these things. But the most important thing was we didn't say who was saying that. And so it's an interesting concept when people want to judge what they want in the community, but have no idea who said it. I think you get a better idea of whether it's a good idea or not. And as I've said before, I think we have to get back, especially in this country, to judging ideas on their merit, not on who said them. And this project was a great example of that, where we had a lot of agreement because there were great ideas about what people wanted for their community to be about.
One of the reasons this was successful, or so successful as I understand it, is the way it was implemented. Obviously, there would have been a lot of local public comment, newspapers, television, etc. So people knew this was happening, and therefore the thousands of people who took involved, they wanted to be involved.
Correct. We made it as easy as possible. Did a 5-week presentation rollout, but we spent an awful lot of time, 6-7 weeks before that, advertising this, marketing it everywhere. We took it to the community. One thing about Bowling Green and Warren County is we have 110 different languages spoken in our elementary and high schools. And so we have a pretty diverse population, but we took this out, translated into 12 different languages, 12 primary ones. We took it out on mobile buses. We went to the community and we took this, but what we found out was really what makes a difference is people want to be heard. And so we love to get that input. And from an elected position who has to make financial decisions on the future, it's great. It was great data and great input that we received.
Fania, just very curious. Now you've done it. I arguably would say you've done the easy bit. Now you've actually got to do it and implement it and put those priorities into play.
Correct. We just had last week, as a matter of fact, we just had our final presentation on this project reported to fiscal court, which is what I'm over, which is the financial reporting and the financial maintenance of the entire county. And that report kind of gave the executive summary, the 10 or 12 ideas in healthcare, 10 or 12 ideas in infrastructure, quality of life. And so you're right, now it takes the budgeting things to start doing these projects. What we didn't want to do was say, here's the things we want, and then wait till 2050 and open the report back up and see if we were successful.
Finally, sir, since it's an AI survey, I asked AI while we were talking. I said, tell me one interesting thing about Warren County Bowling Green. And it came back. One genuinely interesting thing about Bowling Green, Warren County is that it's the only place in the world where every Chevrolet Corvette has been built since 1981. Sir, is that true or false?
That is 1,000,000,000% true. We are the home of the Corvette, the best American and best international sports car on the market.
I'm looking forward to my visit, and we'll take a ride in a Corvette. Good to see you, sir. Thank you for joining us on Quest Means Business.
Thank you so much for having me.